Hi everybody, it's Carlie here at Gertens, here to talk about some Poinsettia and Amaryllis care. So we're just going to jump right in with the questions.
So what kind of light is best for poinsettias?
Yeah, they just need a bright, indirect light. Morning sun or an east-facing window is great.
We have a viewer asking, someone told me that I need to turn my amaryllis every time I water it. Is that true? If so, why?
Only if you're concerned that it isn't getting enough light. If you're just using your amaryllis like it's a wax one for the one-time seasonal use, you really don't need to. It's just like the warmth that really makes them bloom. But after it's done blooming, if you do want to keep it going, you do want to make sure that it's getting light from all sides.
Is there a difference in caring for the painted poinsettias?
Not necessarily. You just have to understand that they're going to grow out of that.
So we have someone asking, a friend gave me an amaryllis in wax. How do I water it?
You don't need to. The great thing about the wax is that they are all sealed with everything they need for one-time seasonal use. So they're great gift ideas for someone who's not really into plants or doesn't know how to take care of them. They're really great. All you have to do is set it in front of a window and that's it.
Can the amaryllis in wax bloom again?
Sometimes they do. It is really tricky. The waxing process is kind of stressful for them, so it is a little bit on the harder side. So I tell people just treat it as a one-time seasonal use.
Are poinsettias poisonous?
No. They're definitely not edible, so you shouldn't ingest them. But yeah, there's kind of a myth going around that they are toxic. You'd have to ingest a crazy amount, so they are safe for humans and pets to have around.
Someone's asking, should I punch holes in the foil surrounding my poinsettia?
Yeah, so when you buy a poinsettia at Gertens, they come in this nice little sleeve. If you want to keep it in this sleeve and water it that way, you would poke some holes, get a clear saucer, or you could easily take it out of the foil, bring it to the sink, and give it a good drink, let it drain out, and then put it back in the foil too.
Can poinsettias grow outdoors in summer?
Yes, in the summer they can. You could keep your poinsettia going throughout the winter, indoors obviously, and then when you put it outside, just somewhere shady, like just morning sun. They don't like the afternoon sun.
How often should I water my amaryllis?
Yeah, it depends on if it's obviously potted or in wax. If it's in wax, you don't need to, but if it's potted, I would say check every couple of days. When the top 2 inches of soil is dry, I would give it a good drink.
Someone's asking, what's the best temperature for my poinsettia, and do they need humidity?
Yes, they love humidity. They are very tropical, and around 65 to 70 is great.
Should I fertilize my amaryllis and poinsettia?
Not in the holiday season, but if you do keep both of those things going after the holiday season, you'll want to the next following spring and summer.
What kind of soil mix should I use when transplanting my poinsettia?
Yeah, just an all-purpose mix. Here at Gertens, we have our mix, or we have the black and gold. Just anything all-purpose, good for houseplants.
And someone's asking, I'd like to keep my amaryllis. What do I need to do after the flowers fade?
Yeah, you want to leave it up. You want to leave the leaves going and let those get a good amount of light, because they'll soak in all that light for nutrients. And then you can plant it outside in the spring and summer, let it keep going, it'll be beautiful. And then before the frost in the fall, grab it, cut everything off, dry the bulbs, and then put those somewhere kind of cool and dark, like a garage or in a bag.
Someone's asking, what's the trick to getting my poinsettia to change color again?
Yeah, it's kind of tricky. It's a little bit of a longer process. So I think most people just kind of use it as a one-time seasonal use, or again, plant them outside in spring and summer. You'll get one more nice flush of color naturally. But if you do want to, when you come here at Gertens and you purchase a poinsettia, we give you a poinsettia care sheet, and on the back is all of light and temperature, and then here is the reblooming. And it's nice. It really goes by holiday, so you can kind of keep track about all the steps that you need to do to get it to rebloom. And we also have a bunch of other care sheets too here at Gertens for the bulbs, the amaryllis. So yeah, we could definitely help you out if you have any questions.
Are Norfolk pine hard to care for?
Not necessarily. They are. I think a lot of people think of them as they have the word pine in the name. Some people think they're kind of hardy, but they're definitely tropical. They like humidity, and they do like really bright light. I would say a little bit even direct light. So it can be tricky for Minnesota inside in the winter to get them the humidity they need, but you can do that with like a humidity tray, a pebble tray, a humidifier, or even just grouping your plants in one whole room, just to really uptake the humidity, because if they don't have the right humidity, they do kind of suffer in that way.
Carlie, do you have a favorite poinsettia or amaryllis?
Yeah, for the amaryllis, I like the orange or like the white one. Just like, I think it's nice to kind of have something different. And so I really like this one, the bicolor one. We might be out of the pretty orange that I like, probably because I talk about it so much. And then for my poinsettia, I really like the green envy. It's like this bright neon green, and then I like to, you can also customize your poinsettias here, so I like to do a little bit of iridescent glitter on top as well.
And we also have another question. When do we start rebooting an amaryllis? That's an interesting way to put that.
Yeah, so if like, let's say you keep your amaryllis over the season, and you dig it up, maybe put outside in the fall or whatever, they take about 4 to 6 weeks to actually, like, once they're planted, bloom. So you just need to time that out. If you want it to bloom like right at Christmas, you just need to plant it for about 4 to 6 weeks, maybe 5 weeks is good, just to make sure that it blooms at the right time. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for your questions. Please stop here at Gertens at the Poinsettia House. We have a lot of really fun options for holiday decor. Thank you.